In this video, we are going to record a design and prototype task, implementation and the code explanation. Here is my code, and on the left hand side here is the postman which we have used to demonstrate our working of API. Here are the links in which we have used get, post and update for updating the our visualized database. We have also created multiple endpoints, and we would be using the postman for the live demonstration. Firstly, we need to power on our API using the .NET run command. Now let's do the implementation. We have created the multiple endpoints over here, and get slash endpoint is used to fetch the hello robot. Here you can see that API slash host contains the local host while the port contains the port number. When the command is successfully sent, it receives the message hello robot and the status code 200 is displayed as you can see in terminal. Now robot slash command is to fetch all robot commands, the JSON format, as you can see with the ID and the status as it is used for move or not is also printed, and the status code is also recorded in terminal. Robot command slash move is used to fetch only the command which is used for moving. By default it's set move command at fourth number or ID fourth. With this command we can set fetch any command by using only ID. As we have fetched the ID 2, now let's fetch ID 1. Now ID 4. Now let's post the new command into our virtualized database. Now let's creating the new command 1 and set it to false. And send. As it displays edit successfully and status code 200. Now let's create another command 2 and its state used for move, it's set to true. Firstly fetch all the commands to show that the command we have added is in the database. Now let's send and again check. As you can see 5th and 6th are added, command 1 and command 2 with the status for moving or not moving, false and true. Now let only fetch false, it will be showing only command 2. Now let's run. As you can see 4th is by default and the command we have added command 2, its status true is also been displayed. Now let's update. We haven't copy paste the name. Now let's paste it over here. Command 2, command 1, and by default it was false. Now let's it set to move or it's set to true, and its number is also 5th or ID 5. Now let's send the request. It will be successfully updated. Earlier the command 1 was not used for false, but now it would be using. Now let's fetch using the ID. As you can see it's get updated and it's set to true. Now implementation of the robot map. By default the robot map will be showing the size 100. Now we can update the size, and the size will be, we have set it 86. Now let's update the size. Size is updated successfully, and here are the coordinates which we can use to check whether it's are designated or not. As you can see, we have updated the size, and earlier it was 100 but now it's 86, so it would not be in the range. We are starting from 0 to the size. It means if it's the size is 86, then the coordinate will be from 0 to 85. If we enter 85/85, it would be sending us true. If we enter 86 as 86, it would be false. And the API responses are also collected. Now let's again fetch the size. It would be updated 86. As you can see this, all the commands are running successfully. Now let's see how these are working. We have used the web builder, and in this part we are going to explain using the Newton soft library we have used. And in the builder is the variable which contains the web application which is used for making the web application, and create builder as is used to enter the terminal commands to it, and builder.services are the services provided by the builder and creating the endpoints using the HTTP redirection, which is a very secure method to keep all our data secure. And all the commands entered. Here is the slash endpoint which is used to print the hello robot method. As you can see, we have also entered this method in our HTTP sample file. App.getMapGet method is used, and further using the endpoints dot slash commands to fetch all the command. Before that we need to see all the classes. Now let's see all the class. So here are the classes. As you can see, we have created the command class which contains id command and is used for move, and we have created a virtualized database which is a list, and its type is command, as all the types are set to get and set, which can be updated and fetched also. And here are all the entries of the commands and is entered, and has also status for moving or not moving. Now let's go to again at the upward side for explanation. So slash map get command is used to fetch all the commands. Here we are returning the direction list that we have created below, this one of the command type. Below endpoint, robot slash command slash move is used to fetch only command. We have used where function to fetch is used. Where contains true will return the id as well as the command, and the status also of true. Now below endpoint, robot slash command. So in robot slash command in endpoint slash id, here we are going to fetch the id based upon the id entered by the user. So for this we need to enter the id, and we need to read this. So the case the id is entered. Now let's create a new command. Post function is used, and here we are sending the HTTP context containing the CMD, and we are reading all the data using the stream reader, which is requesting the body to read all the data, and we are going to deserialize it and which is usually converting the JSON data into an object, while serialization is the process in which the object are converted into the JSON format. This basically helps in communication between all the things, and in post we are entering all the data to the body, and here we are entering the ID by just incrementing the count. And now the it's added in using the add function of the list. If as it's successfully added, it will show the 200, while for error it will show 400. And in robot slash command we are going to fetch, we are taking the update command which we are going to fetch, and the ID. And update slash command contains the JSON string format which is going to update, while the ID contains the data which is to be updated. And here we have entered the loop that the ID must be in range and should be greater than 1 and less than or equal to count. And we have used a similar function or the reader to read all the data and deserialize that data, and updated the ID, and also send back the response 200 and error if the ID is not in range. Here also catching the exception error. And now the functioning of the map get function of the map commands. Before that, we need to learn how the map works to record all the data. And before this, we have created a small rover size retain to get a separate retain of the size, and this is very helpful. I will be explaining it afterwards. Rover data class contains the main size which is static and can be updated, and each changed size changed manually is used initially false and can be updated. And we have created a 2D array map underscore array and get and set. We have created the multiple function update main size array, and this is used update main size is used to update the array, and using which is a static, and we can use the resize to update. Here is the array. If the size is uh, if the size is entered and the condition is false, means it's not entered manually. By default it would be running on 100 size. If it's entered manually, then the size will be updated into the new array updation size, and the value will be inserted to it using the for loop. Here it is. And print array, this function is basically used to print the size of the array, and bool checker is really important. Initially we have said that the size we have not got it set to false. Okay, and we are in entering the string name using the coordinates, and dot index hyphen is giving us the index of the string. And after that we are splitting the string in the left side and the right side based starting from zero index to the hyphen of the hyphen, and the right string from hyphen index to the length minus 1. And here we would be getting two string, left name and right name. and after that we would be concatenating into the computer as shown below. Here we are getting the rover size to use the for loop for the comparison with the string. If the comparison with the string is true, the loop breaks, otherwise the the type remains false. I would be implementing this one in brief to you afterwards also. Here is the comparison process, and we are comparing. If it's true, it would be giving us true and get break. Otherwise, by default, it would be sending us false. Oh, I by mistake I get it commented. Now let's move on the above classes. Yeah, so this one is used to fetch the size of the robot. As you can see, we have used the data array method, and by default the main size can be fetched using the class as it's static in nature. And we have also fetched the is size changed manually, which is by default false, so it would be giving 100 by 100 by default, and we are printing the data. The response is printed into the variable map, and its right sync as function. A sync function is used to print the response of the print function with the size. 200 is for the OK and 404 is for the error. Now we are going to update the size. We are going to read the size, and after that the size must be read till the end using the stream reader, and update the body read to async method, and we need to deserialize. And after that the update main size function is used. As I have stated earlier, it's static in nature, it's need to be updated, so we would be using the rover size retain class that I have shown earlier for the updation, and we would be printing the size rover data main size which is updated. Here is the new size which get updated, and the size which we are going to insert must be in range, so I have used the loop to see the range. It must lie between 2 to 100. If it's less or more, and more than 100, less than 2, and more than 100, it would be showing error. The size is not appropriate, it must be in range from 2 to 100, and we are also catching the exception. So let me show you the implementation once again. So here is the updation of the robot size, and let's enter the size 0 and send. Not. Now let's enter 1 and check it. It's again printing the message error. And let's enter 101 and check it. It's not. Then the range. Now entered the message 50. So you know that the size is updated, so it must be ranging from 0 to 49 by 49. If we try to fetch 86 by 86, which was earlier size, it would be resulting in false. But if we try to fetch 49 by 49, it would be resulting, it's contain the map index, and it would be resulting true. Again, incremented size, it would be false because the range is from 0 to 49 as the size is 50. So this is the implementation of the coordinate point as I have shown earlier. Here we are taking the HTTP context and string coordinate. We are taking the data and sending into the array, and the response is recorded by the coordinate checker. If the response type is true, it would be resulting true, otherwise it is false. That's why we have used the initially boolean type false, and the string would be splitted and concatenated, and using the comparator which is used by the for loop to fetch all the data. So this is the implementation. Thank you.